104.5 The Team, your home for New York Jets football. We are now joined by our friend. He is the NFL lead writer for Fanside, Matt Verderame. And Matt, first things first, who was actually more disappointing yesterday, Jets or Giants?
I think the Giants, just because nobody expects anything out of the Jets. I think the Jets pretty well accepted that team is probably going to be picking either first or very close to it come next year's draft. The Giants, there's real hopes that, maybe they're a Super Bowl team. Maybe they're a team that can win the NFC East and make a real run in January. And that did not look like a team capable of those expectations with or without Odell Beckham. It was a slog, to say the least.
You brought up that last part, with or without Odell Beckham Jr., how much of a difference can he make? Are we going to see this offense ever be a 25 to 30 point per game team?
I don't think so. I think he can make a difference because he's a great player, and so you have to change the way you cover, and it dictates a lot of different things that teams can do against you. But unless Odell Beckham can play tackle, it's not going to change all that much. They can't block. They can't run. Eric Flowers is the only tackle I've ever seen that blocks looking straight at the ground. If you watch his head during the game, he's looking at his feet when he's trying to block a guy coming at him. So the Giants have real problems on the edges, and while I think Beckham certainly helps, he doesn't solve what is becoming a very obvious issue for that team.
Matt Verderame from Fanside with us right now. So after the game, they asked Ben McAdoo, it's been 6 straight games that you haven't been able to score 20 points or more, and he gets snippy and says, next question. You think he could be on his way out if they don't fix this offense?
I think it would have to be a really bad year. He had his first year, they went 11-5, made the playoffs. I don't think there was a lot of expectations on that team last year, and they exceeded them. But at the same point, McAdoo's an offensive guy. And Spagnuolo's got that defense running like a Swiss watch, but they can't do anything offensively. So I think, McAdoo, if they continue to be one of the worst offenses in football, I think he's under the magnifying glass. I don't think he's getting fired after this year unless they just completely fall apart and go 4-12 or something like that. But I do think the noise is going to start to really get louder around him if that offense continues to score 10 points, 14 points a game. It's not good enough.
After a crazy week 1, who's the best team in the NFL right now?
I still think the Patriots are. I know they got beat, and they got beat soundly by Kansas City, but I think that's a team that they'll figure it out. They have some issues that are real issues. The front seven's not good. Hightower is the best guy in that front seven, and he gets injured just about every year. So there are some real issues in New England, but I still think it's the best team. I mean, Kansas City probably looked better than anybody in week 1. I think, they're in the mix. Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Seattle, if they can fix their offensive line, they're as bad as the Giants up front. But, I think all those teams are in the mix. But if I had to pick, I still think the Patriots are the best team going forward.
Matt Verderame from Fanside with us right now on 104.5 The Team, Levac and guys. Matt, when you look at what we've seen so far this week, what teams have surprised you the most, either good or bad?
I think the Texans surprised me only because I thought the defense would be terrific. And while, frankly, they weren't that bad, people were going to see 29 points against Jacksonville, but a lot of that was because their offense is so inept. The Texans' defense, I thought they would get sacked. They would force takeaways against Blake Bortles. They did none of that. And I look at Houston, and I see a team. If there's any week 1 takeaway I have, they're terrible. That is an awful team. I don't care what they do scheme-wise. They have no quarterback, and their head coach had 4 months to evaluate the quarterback position, and he changed course in a half. So that's all I need to know about the Texans. But, the Rams look good. I know the Rams play the Colts, and the Colts are a horrendous team without Andrew Luck. But 46-9 and 300-plus yards by Jared Goff, that's still saying something. I was impressed by the Rams, and I was really demoralized by the Texans.
Back to Houston. Is Deshaun Watson the quarterback for the rest of the season?
I think they're going to see some more flip-flopping throughout the year. And I'll tell you this, if they can't block, and I feel like this is a theme, and it is in the NFL, there's a lot of bad offensive lines. They gave up 10 sacks at home against Jacksonville yesterday. If they don't block better than that, and their left tackle, Dwayne Brown, is still holding out for more money, they will be starting about 9 quarterbacks this season. I think they're going to go with Watson on Thursday against the Bengals. I don't think it's the right decision. I think Savage is a backup NFL quarterback, but you look at Deshaun Watson right now. He's not ready. He's not accurate. He can't go through his reads. He's slow to move through the pocket. They need to give that kid a year like a redshirt year to learn, and they're not going to do it because they're panicking. Their schedule is brutal coming up. Cincinnati and then New England on the road. Then they come home to Tennessee and Kansas City. That's a rough ask for a team that doesn't have a quarterback right now.
Matt Verderame, Fansided to NFL lead writer. So tonight we've got 2 matchups going on. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking to see what Minnesota looks like. Last year they start 5-0. They finished 8-8. Adrian Peterson, of course, coming back to Minnesota with the Saints. I think we know what the Saints are. They're a good offensive team. They're a really bad defensive team. I don't expect that to change all that much over the course of the season. But a lot of people are in on the Vikings. I'm lukewarm on them. Sam Bradford's really accurate, but he's kind of Alex Smithy-ish. So I'm not too sure that I think he can carry an offense that doesn't have the weapons around him that the Chiefs put around Alex Smith. And then in the second game, I don't know what to make of the Chargers. Of all the teams in the NFL, the hardest team I have putting my finger on is Los Angeles. I don't know what they are. I know they have talent on the outside, both offensively and defensively, but up the middle of the field, they're weak on both sides of the ball. And, I'm curious to see, is that a playoff team? In the AFC, I think 9 wins probably get you there. But can they hold up enough in the pass protection against the run defensively? We're going to find out because Denver is going to rush often, and frankly, with Von Miller, there may not be a better test in the league.
Matt Verderame from Fansided, we appreciate you, man, and we'll be hitting you up throughout the season.
It sounds good. Thank you.